Now in today's video, I get a chance to not be inside of the computer speaking to you guys, and I actually can get up close and personal and make a nice video today. I love doing these actually. This is my best type of video. I'm going to be speaking about how I made, oh yeah, $250,000 off of Bitcoin. Right after this intro, we're going to speak about it. It's been a long day. I actually get to sit down and relax and speak to you guys. I was doing some trades earlier. I should probably move the camera over. I got my charts and everything pulled up, and now let's leave it right there. We're going to talk about a time in my trading journey, and this was actually some time ago where I did my first, and I'll be proud to say it, it was my first big numbers investing. $250,000, $250,000. It was a great feeling. I'm going to tell you. I want to put this disclaimer out there because I know I probably don't seem pretty excited about it. I've been broke before. I've had a lot of money before. I've been broke before. I've had a lot of money before. I've been to the point with $250,000. It just goes so quick. But I want to share the story with you guys because I know some of you guys are new to the channel. You might have clicked on just this video and it's your first time seeing me, but there are some people out there that they love hearing these stories because when you watch someone on YouTube, you become curious about them. So I like to share, stories. So if it's your first time seeing me, do me a favor. I'm Money Making Joey and I make trading videos. Why don't you guys go ahead and get subscribed to the channel so you can learn how to trade and you can also be in the position I was in back in March of 2020. Now, I'm going to say that I guess you could say I'm kind of an OG when it comes to crypto, I guess, because it's relatively new. I bought Bitcoin and other cryptocurrencies for the first time back in 2016, somewhere in that area. So fast forward to 2020, I've already been in for about 4 or 5 years. This is when it all really started for me, and I had made money prior, I had losses prior. In fact, there's even a video on this channel where I just spoke about how there was actually a time in 2016 the uneducated me actually lost like $15,000. So if you've been subscribed, this was actually my comeback. It took some time, but I actually came back March 2020. Now, prior to 2020, I had already had some cryptocurrency. I believe it was mostly spread out between Bitcoin and Ethereum. There might have been some altcoins, but not really much. The coronavirus hit. Now, prior to that, I believe sometime in 2019, right before the coronavirus, me and my father had partnered up because he's kind of into tech. He knows how to build servers, build computers, and set things up of that nature. So we came up with an idea to mine cryptocurrency. I believe it was going to be Monero transferred into ETH, something like that. But we were going to mine cryptocurrency. So somewhere mid-2019, we began to buy different, GPUs, getting those things set up, all of the graphic cards, everything, I spent a lot of money. Now, right after we did that, it had just came into effect that Ethereum had went to proof of stake instead of dealing with the actual miners in that sense. So I was kind of thinking to myself, hey, we might have did all this for no reason, but at the same time, you can still mine Monero. That problem got solved quick because I think we took a break for the holidays and then we kind of got back into it, but it was kind of on pause. So we had all of these graphic cards set up and everything. When the pandemic hit, the crash that we had, being a trader really helped me due to the fact that I had already sat through and had a loss in this very exact same time period where Bitcoin dropped to the exact same levels during 2020 when the pandemic hit that it did in the dump back in 2018. So we're sitting here again, and it felt wonderful for me because it's like a second buying opportunity. So even though people were running scared from the market, I'm like, okay, all we did was create another bottom in the exact same place that we dumped 2 years-ish prior. I'm sitting there and I'm looking at the market, and even though I just referenced people were running scared, I'm going to be quite honest with you. I was scared as hell just from being a business owner and not knowing exactly what in the world is going on in the market. So I'm scared to death. I don't know what my next move should be. But I'm sitting in front of my computer screen and I'm looking at the current crypto prices, and I'm like, Bitcoin is at $3,000. ETH at the time was about 92 bucks, if I believe correctly. I basically took the leap of faith, and the only reason, I'll be honest with you guys, that I actually went ahead and took that leap was due to the fact that we've been here before. We've been here before. I sit there another day or two, I'm contemplating in my mind, and price is starting to tick up. We're starting to see some bullish movements. We're getting some momentum. It's now about a week or two later. I think Ethereum is starting to rise up. It's about 110. I'm sitting here and I just happen to make the decision, and I'm sitting in front of all of these different graphic cards that we bought. So I suddenly had the epiphany to go ahead and I'm like, listen, I'm going to put some money in that we still had on the side. Me and my father, we spoke about it. And I'm going to go ahead and sell these graphic cards. Like within a day, these graphic cards were discounted, listed on eBay, ready to go. We started buying Ethereum due to the fact of, I'm like, hey, listen, at these prices, long term in the market, we might as well not spend all this money on electricity mining Monero. We could just go ahead and put our money into the market, pick up 32 Ethereum, and we could run our own node. And we're great. Now, if some of you don't know about the Ethereum staking and the node, we're going to leave that for another video. I don't want to make this one too long. But we wound up doing some dollar cost averaging into the market because we had some cash, but then as the graphic cards were selling, we were now taking money and putting it into the market. So I think we didn't buy any Ethereum under 400 bucks. Tops 400 bucks. And the rest is actually history because we were earning somewhere around 6 to 7% staking that same 32 ETH. Now, I'll be honest. Since this 32 ETH that we bought under $400 was being staked and locked up, I did not sell this Ethereum nowhere near the top. I actually think by the time we were able to actually pull it out, our average sell price was somewhere around 3,200. I believe Ethereum topped out at 4,700. We got out fully on Ethereum at about 3,200 bucks, which was a great profit. And then in the midst of all of this going on, I already had cryptocurrency, and of course I'm trading the market, which I'll be honest with you guys, I don't think there was ever a more profitable time in the market where you were able to make money. And I'll kind of give you guys an idea. If you would have bought at that same exact moment and you spent like 4,000 bucks for your Bitcoin, in all actuality, you made an extra $60,000. Can you only imagine the wins if you were leverage trading that? It's more like $600,000, but that's a whole nother topic. So to sum this video up, I guess I just want to say that the possibilities are there. Once you get the education and fill in that void, that's only really one step of the battle. Timing is everything. It could take years. If your timing is off, it could take years to find the exact entry point. And when I pinpoint my journey for you guys, from 2018 to 2020, that's 2 whole years. And it was even further longer than that where I'm actually in the market. I'm trading, I'm investing, I'm spending my time, my energy, but I'm losing or either not gaining. I'm only in those two predicaments. It took years for me to actually now say, hey, you know what? The cyclist came, it's the bull run. I'm in the position because some people out there even missed the whole bull run just due to the fact they had the knowledge, but they weren't positioned money wise into the market for whatever reason. And they missed the whole thing. They missed the 2 years. That's definitely a sucky position to be in. So you want to get the education, you want to get the correct entry. That could take some time. And then once your seeds are planted, it's also going to take you some more time to get into that bull run, let it play out. In this case, it was 2 years, which was well worth it. But like I preach, and I've said this in previous videos, you have to look at things more so for the long term as opposed to only looking at things for the short term. So I don't want to make this video too long. Money Making Joey, the Forex and crypto trading guru. I'm out of here. Please get subscribed to the channel and check out some of our prior videos. And I'll see you guys in the next one.